teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a handoff looking right. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set 18 Gator. I got check 24.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Got it.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check safety.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Man, that's trash. Be dead. SOS.
Leo. Smooth.
He's coming. Double up.
He's gripping.
Looking to throw. Going deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
You ain't going nowhere. Switch.
Hey. High 7. Ready.
2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
He'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
We got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Watch the eye. Hey, watch it.
Hey, Alpha.
They're going to look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Jackson. It's caught by Bryant. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react.
Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jackson now. Forced out to his left. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Come on, QB, come on.
Five.
Switch.
Undercrunch. Hey, back 50, go.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Get ready.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw is Jackson. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. Benjamin, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion.
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Look at me. Score. Go. Go.
They'll set up to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Watch out.
Look. Squeeze. Bravo.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us. And
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hey, Haywood. 52. Get it.
He'll drop to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. So we got man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going long here for Wallace. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Going deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now back to throw. Going deep down. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
56, Mike, 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
Circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
From the 41, Jackson. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 27 yards there, a first down.
Pittsburgh.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, hold on. Hit the roll. Rest. QB drop. Watch QB drop.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Get him, get him, get him. 56, the mark.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drop.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2nd and 15. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Keep playing hard, fellas. Third and 10. Let's get it.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to pick.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check 13. Fair. Alert 3. Fight.
Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's 3rd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hey, Sam off. Go out. He's checking. Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin Bush, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Joe Mixon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
On the set.
Back to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Gets this one to Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man, Boyd.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Hey, high 7.
Chinese on the loose. 50 cheese a night.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
On the ball. 5.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. That one complete to Hill. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Play action. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson complete to Bryant. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, check. 3 Mike, 56, right there. No chance. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Hustle.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught. Jones. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson completes it to Benjamin. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
On the double. 52's the Mike. Check, 52's the Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here. Deep.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross. 54 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Cincinnati, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light. Go.